and a good listener, and he or she should be empathetic towards the others. World of fashion was a complete accident. I was doing mechatronics engineering. I was studying my bachelor's, and I started this as a part-time, something that I would do on the weekends, and it turned out that something that I loved and I had so much passion about, and this became my full-time job. So like I said, I started this off while I was in college, and it picked up, and after I finished college, I decided maybe I'm going to do this full-time, and yeah, that's how I got here, and it has been an amazing experience for me and a journey of lessons on how to understanding the fashion industry as well. Yes, I follow my mother because she's a single mom and she has raised us, and she has her own business as well. So I look up to her, and I've learned a lot of my business ethics and methodology from her. Yes. Over the years, I've actually made one of my weaknesses as one of my strengths, and that would be the attentiveness, and to be like hearing out what your customers say, hearing out what your peers would say, and listening and learning from it. I think the whole entrepreneurship is a big learning curve. So I think I would say that's one of my strengths, yeah. When I launched my brand, I think something that I learned was to have a work-life balance. So that is something that I feel that's a vital element if you're going to be an entrepreneur, and that's something I learned from it. In Sri Lanka, yes, I do believe, and I believe that the Sri Lankan working environment is gradually moving towards a gender-neutral, unbiased work culture. And with the generation in the future, I think we are going to have a pretty equal workspace. Not really, because I could say that I was born and raised in Colombo, and we do have a pretty equal right from what I see from my perspective. But I think women in general in Sri Lanka, they could improve equality, and there's a long way to go for us. In the recent times, I'm seeing so many female entrepreneurs coming up, and I'm looking really hopeful for the next 10 years, because we will be having way more female entrepreneurs than we have today, and that is what we are going to work for. I think social media is a great place to start in this day and age. Facebook and Instagram, very popular in Sri Lanka. That's how we got into it as well, and that is really, really a good place for people with 25 to 45, with that age category. If you're targeting products to that people, social media is your best bet. And it also comes with cheap advertising cost comparatively. So my best bet would be that. So if you're doing a product-based service or a business, logistics is very easy in Sri Lanka because they offer cash-on-delivery systems, bank transfers. Financially, you can arrange that with your logistic company, and you can go around with that. And in terms of funding, I've recently noted that banks offer personal funding as well as small entrepreneur business funding. Also, there are investor forums in Sri Lanka, so you can apply to that with a business model and your projected business proposal. So those are some things that I would recommend if you're going for a startup. All I can say is the Sri Lankan woman is learning to break the glass ceiling, and they are breaking barriers, and I'm seeing so much of improvement happening. So I'm definitely sure that the patriarchy can be broken, and we will be seeing a lot of changes in the future. Absolutely. Do what makes you happy. When I started this, I didn't really think about what my driving motivation was, but over the course of time, I've realized that from the core, this is what makes me happy, and that is the end goal that we are looking for. Well, quite a bit. So we will have to see what 2020 brings us. I think this is a new decade, and we have a lot of aspirations. So yeah, we'll see what the future holds.